Let's understand the Hindu Varna system, which is labeled as Hindu caste system by the West and the leftists. The Bhagavad Gita speaks about caste or Varna system in chapter 4. Lord Krishna says, I created four categories and divided people into the categories based on their qualities and actions, not birth. Here's a list of all the Vedic texts of Hinduism. See how big it is and how many there are. Compared to Christianity or Islam, they have one book each, and Judaism may have five. There are said to be four Varnas in Hinduism: Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. And this entire arrangement is called Varna Vyavastha, which is not based on birth but on the gunas and their work. There is no concept of superior or inferior in the Varna system, and there is no reference to hierarchy of Varna system. There is there is no evidence of diversified caste system in Hinduism. Stephanie Jamison and Joel Brereton, professors of Sanskrit and religious studies, state there is no evidence in Rig Veda for an elaborate, much divided, and overarching caste system. In contrast, the lack of details about Varna system in Rig Veda, the Manusmriti, which has been accused of having the caste system in it, uh, includes an extensive and highly schematic commentary on the Varna system, but it too provides models rather than descriptions. Ancient texts did not in some way create a phenomena of caste in India. Vedic texts neither mention the concepts of untouchable people nor any practice of untouchability. The Manusmriti covered topics such as duties, rights, laws, conducts, and virtues, and also not mentioned anything about untouchability. Only one king named Pushyamitra about 2k years ago made use of it officially in his kingdom. He only ruled for 36 years. There is no shred of evidence that even this Manusmriti was enforced by any significant person for any lasting effect in entire Indian history of 2000 years since Manusmriti was written. The caste system became legally rigid during the British Raj, when the British started to enumerate castes during their 10-year census and meticulously codified the system. Between 1860 and 1920, the British incorporated the caste system into their system of governance, granting administrative jobs and senior appointments only to the upper castes. British also incentivized people to fight over castes, and also do land grabbing based upon castes. And they created feuds and introduced unnecessary laws, non-existent issues, magnifying something that did not exist. Something like a Varna system, they just magnified into a caste system which did not exist. So until after 1850, there were no significant caste-related crimes or discrimination in India, as per recorded history. Brahmin is not a Brahmin until he isn't born twice. He needs to have a knowledge of all Vedas and a need to conduct himself to be an actual Brahman. A Kshatriya is not a warrior until he's honed his skills and lays his life for society and its betterment. A Vaishya is someone who looks after money and stuff and also do business and trading. A Sudra is person who depends on other three classes for their livelihood. Every person is born Sudra. As he grows up, he gets divided on the basis of his knowledge, perception, and ability, and the gunas. Here is Hiranyagarbha ceremony where a king of whatever origin can become a Kshatriya.
If you are a Brahmin, we have to do prayers, priesthood, helping the king to do the rituals, all these activities. But here, they left all those activities and they have chosen the warfare. They have took to arms. Generally, Brahmins don't touch arms.
A Kshatriya Vishwamitra became a Brahmin, and the Kshatriya Brahmin status of dynasties like Cholas and Pallavas is accepted, whatever their origins. Recently, Pawan Kalyan, a popular Hindu political leader in Andhra Pradesh, took on a ceremony to become a Brahmin. In all cultures around the world, skills are trained in the family itself and they retain their occupations in their last names. This is very well known all across the world, even in Europe and India. For instance, in the Western world, the last name carpenter, those people who work on the furniture and stuff, teacher who do the teaching, and preacher who do the clergy work. This is common. This is the precise reason that the Varna system ran in the families.